Welcome back to Take Two with your host, Alexis Nunn, and our guest, Tia Ewing from Cleveland 19 News. Woohoo! How are you today?
I'm great. How are you doing today?
Hot. I am
hot?
It is hot outside. Have you not been
it's
outside?
the summer. Summer's not officially over.
Really?
Yeah.
I knew that, but you really expected it to be this hot this year.
Well, heat is my thing. Like, I came here from California, so I expect it to be hot.
Oh, so you're used to it. You're used to it.
I'm from Chicago, but I moved here to Cleveland from Cali. So, yeah, I expect it to be hot. I don't want no snow. You ready for the snow?
I'm ready for fall.
Good luck. I'm not. I'm holding on the summer.
You're holding on to summer?
Yep.
We'll break summer not to go for you sometimes. But no. What made you move from Cali to Cleveland?
Opportunity.
Yes.
And a lot of people thought I was insane.
What do you think?
Hold on. I see him with this camera. What do I think? Do I think I was insane? No, I don't think I was crazy. I think that when you have a vision and a purpose for your life, I think that you follow that vision and purpose to wherever it leads you. And so, a city or state does not depict your purpose. So like, cause it's Cleveland and I was in Cali, that doesn't mean like Cleveland's any less than Cali. You move wherever you go for your purpose and your dreams, I think.
I see what you're saying. Now, what opportunity did you see in Cleveland? Because, most people always say Cleveland is not the place for opportunity or hope. If you want to become something, leave Cleveland. I do not believe in that.
Well,
but what opportunity did you see?
Well, I think that people got that twisted on a few fronts. When I first moved here, and I forget exactly where the information came from, but there was a professor at Cleveland State University who was researching cities and stuff in Cleveland. And when I say cities, not really cities, but more so neighborhoods like Ohio City, Tremont, University Circle. They looked at all these places to see why are they becoming so popular, right? Because they're building there. They have apartments there that they never had before. Why is it so popular? And what they found out was that there are so many young people moving here for job opportunities. And a lot of those opportunities are big jobs. I'm not talking somebody moving here for 45 grand. I'm talking about somebody moving here for 90 grand, 100,000 grand. Or $100,000. So with that being said, the opportunity for me wasn't a financial move. It was more of, I was the weekend anchor at my station. I had been there for 3.5 years. And I knew that I was capable of having more. And so it was just, I loved California. I had friends there. It became a place that was really my life. Like when I left California, I left my life behind in a way. But for me, you got to sometimes see what you're worth. And so my worth was bigger than being a weekend anchor. Like that, my worth was not going to be on the weekends. Like think about it. If you work every Saturday and Sunday, what life do you have? That's when most people have fun and have a life. And so my life was consumed to a Monday and Tuesday. And I just wasn't willing to do that. And so it came time for a hard choice. Like, what do I do? And so when Cleveland's opportunity came on the table, it was just an easy decision. My station that I was at in California, they wanted to keep me. It wasn't like they were like, you got to go. They wanted me to stay, but I was not going to stay on weekends. And my last 6 or 7 months there, I was one of their primetime anchors, and they gave the job to a guy. They wanted a guy, and that's fine. It happens in TV. It happens in acting. They want roles for certain people. I get it. But I needed to figure out what my role was in my life. Like, am I going to allow other people to be, the string players of my life, or am I going to be in control? Are they the puppeteer, or am I the puppeteer, or am I the puppet? So I had to make that hard decision. And so that decision led me to Cleveland. But you got to understand, I went here for undergrad, not here, but I lived in Columbus, Ohio. I went to Ohio State, the Ohio State University. Shout out to my Buckeyes. So it was an easy transition to, come back to the Midwest. I'm from Chicago. It's not like, I'm used to Midwest living. It's different, but I'm used to it. California is definitely a place where, it's just different. And if you want to ask me how, you can feel free to do that. But it's just mad different. It's something that I don't think you could ever get used to after living there. It's like going from paradise to like just another world. And not because of the look of it, because when people think California, they think palm trees, and that's beautiful. But I'm talking about just the people. Like when I first got to Cleveland, I came from California, so I came with a very happy attitude. I think I still have that, but I came with a very bubbly attitude. And I would walk down the street like a Californian, like, hey, how are you? Californians. And
are they really bubbly in California?
Yeah, and people would look at me like, what's wrong with you? Like, we don't do that here. Like everybody looked like they was mad about something. And so I was like, this is not life, right? So I thought maybe I just had a bad encounter with a few people, but then I realized quickly, like, that's the Cleveland way. Like, but I refuse to become that way. I've been here a year and I'm not becoming that way. And I think a lot of times people don't realize how good they have it or how good a place is when they're there. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many things happening around Clevelanders and they don't even know what's happening. They refuse to probably educate themselves to know. And so I think Cleveland is really a gold mine right now. We got the winning basketball team. I was a Cavaliers fan way before I moved here, by the way. I had to watch people root for the Golden State Warriors when I lived in California. It made me sick. We have the Indians, the hockey team. I mean, obviously not major league, but they won. I mean, so you kind of own something great. So if a Clevelander is listening, they should just wake up and smell the roses because it's good right now. It's only going to get better.
I feel like I should move to Cali because I'm always told I'm too bubbly.
Well, I think it's one of those things, you know, how like people say like first of all, one issue I think here in the Midwest period is that people don't really travel outside of themselves or outside of their circle. So like I live on the east side. I'm an east sider. And so people be like, oh, do you go to the west side? Like, but people here don't. People from here think like it's like going to another city. It's like, no, you live here. Like you should go to the east side. You should go to the west side. You should go to every side. Right. And so I think Cali's one of those things like you got to try it once. Even if you don't stay, you got to go visit once.
I totally agree. So what age were you?
What age was I when I got into TV?
Yes.
Oh, man. How old was I? Well, I'm 35 now. I've been in TV since 2008. So I don't know. I'm not good at math. But like what? 26? Let's do some math. I'm really about to pull out a calculator. I am actually good at math, but I'm tired. And so I ain't about to do all that. So I'm about to like literally type it in and see. If I am 35 now, 2016. So
do you have these moments? I have
27. I was 27 when I got into TV.
27? You're not old at all, by the way.
I mean, at 35, you don't really care what people think about your age. Or you.
That is not true, actually. I know a few people that's like, oh my gosh, I'm so old.
I don't really care what people think. I don't.
It's because you're beautiful. That's why.
It's not even that. I appreciate that. Pretty. Thank you. Really?
She knows she's
to just
pretty.
Wake up? I literally just woke out of bed and thank God. That's all I did today. I brushed my teeth though, but that was it. That's all I did, like, before I came here. Seriously.
I like her. She's funny. So, can you tell me what it's like at Cleveland 19 News?
What do you mean? You got to be specific with that question.
What is your favorite thing to do so far?
My show. I love my show.
Tell us about your show.
It comes on, I come on at 5. Go off at 7 on Cleveland 19. Then people make the switch to CLE 43 from 7 until 8 a.m. So I'm on the morning news, and I'm one of the main anchors. So you could see me do all kinds of stuff. The other day, my co-anchor, he's a very interesting person. He used to do sports, and he's funny. And so he says that he hates veggies. He hates all veggies. He doesn't like anything pumpkin. And obviously we're moving into fall. What's popular around here? Pumpkin, right? Pumpkin something. Pumpkin seed, so he was like, yeah, I hate pumpkin, you know. So we knew the PSL, the pumpkin spice latte, was coming out. So on Friday, one day, because I don't know when you're going to air this, one night, I was like, man, I'm going to go get a pumpkin spice latte and make him taste it on air. That happened this week. So he tasted it on air. So what happened was he said he made a statement the previous week saying, I'd rather drink sewage water than to drink a pumpkin spice latte.
Oh my gosh.
So what I did was I saved that clip. I was like, oh, I'm going to get him next week. He don't even know what's coming. And so I let everybody in on it. And so what I did was I made a detox water. Have you ever had detox water? So detox water has cayenne. It can have different things in it, but cayenne pepper, lemon, spring water, and usually maple syrup or honey is what people put in it. But that cayenne pepper, if you never drink it, you know, if you never drank something like that, when it first goes down, it's crazy. You like, what in the world am I drinking, right? So I made that and it looks like sewage water. Then I went and got the PSL, but I put them in cups that were identical. And so he didn't know it was coming. He kept asking me, hey, what is this in the show? Why does it say Tia's Take? And I was like, I don't know what's going on, but I already had it planned. So that the night before, I went and bought the pumpkin spice latte. And I put it in my fridge and everything. And the next day, I was like, I'm going to put them in 2 separate cups. He won't realize it because I drink out of 2 cups every morning. I have a water cup and I always have a coffee cup. And so I figured he'd just think it was the same thing. And I just put a top on it so you couldn't see what was inside. So I said, remember last week You said that you'd rather drink sewage water. Or no, I said, remember last week, you always talking. You always got something to say. I was like, remember saying this? And they played the clip. And then when it came back, I said, you said you'd rather drink sewage water or, than a pumpkin spice latte. So you got two. You got two choices right here. What you gonna do? So he like, I'm not drinking either. I was like, oh, yes, you are. This is my $5 in a cup. You gonna drink this today. You gonna drink one of them. And so he drinks it and spits it out. So like fun moments like that. But obviously, you have to tell the hard news, too. You have to talk about, the killings that happen across the country. You have to talk about the presidential debate. You have to talk about things that, people still care about that are not, not fun moments. Some of that stuff is not fun to digest. You waking up in the morning, you don't always want to hear about the latest shooting in your community, right? But you do want somebody that's telling it to you, but someone that also makes you feel like, hey, you know what? I can keep going another day. There's a reason to be happy and there is a reason to smile. And so that's why I like those moments, because in our day and age, the way that the news business is right now, with all of the volatile conversations that we must have about black and white, about, being straight or gay, like you need a journalist who's going to give you that, but also make you feel like life is really worth living, because sometimes it's challenging. And so that's what I think I like about my show, is that it gives you all of that.
I like that. That was a funny story, and that's interesting to know. I'm happy that you love your job.
I do love my job.
Because it's not really a job if you love it. Do you agree with that?
If you don't love it, yeah, it's hard to go to a job that you don't like. I've been there.
Yeah. So, can you tell us what school, other than O State, what high school did you go to?
I went to a school in Chicago that was torn down. It was called Future Commons Multiplex. It was torn down after like 2 years I graduated from there. It wasn't around long.
Did you have any particular major in that school?
No. Mm-mm. When I went to school, I wanted to be an Air Force pilot. That's all I ever wanted to do.
Oh, Air Force?
Yeah, I saw it on TV and I was like, oh, that's cool.
That's why I'm asking.
I was like, that looks cool. I didn't know anything about it. It just seemed like something fun to do. And then I realized that I like sports. So I went to Ohio State to be a sports agent. But what happened was I started basically reporting on the sidelines and all the athletes were stuck up to me. And I was like, I'm not about to be repping these people and going to bat for people like this. I'm good. I don't want the money. But now that I think about it, it was good money. I probably should have did it. But it doesn't matter. The point is that that's why I went to school. And yeah, but I guess the short end of that answer is that God had another plan for my life.
And you're going with it. I like that. So is there any way for people to get in contact with you if they need to?
Yeah, I have a Facebook page. If you go on Facebook and you search Tia, T-I-A, last name Ewing, E-W-I-N-G, or you can just search TV News Star. You can find me on Facebook. And then on Twitter, I'm Tia, T-I-A, _ E-W-I-N-G, Ewing. And I'm also on Instagram, TV News Star.
Thank you for joining us on the show today. And stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Take Two.